guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Dee, and today I'm going to be giving you guys another story time. So today my story time is going to be about a time I was, can I say I was nearly kidnapped? Yeah, I'm going to just say that because I'm dramatic and you'll soon learn to find out that I am dramatic. But yeah, it was. Well, I mean, you guys tell me if you feel like it was a near kidnapping or whatever, okay? All right, so let's start. As some of you may know, I am originally from the Caribbean and that's born and raised and everything. So my dad is from one island and me, my mom, my sister are from another island. So quite often we go back to my dad's island. Yeah, so there was like a family reunion back on my dad's island and you know it was all happy times or whatever. So anyway, so let me paint a picture for you. So now I'm down on that island or whatever. I'm down in the town or whatever it's called, like, you know, just where the shops are and stuff. And then I'm like, oh, I'm hungry, like, you know, let me go get some food. So going to this restaurant to get some food because it was suggested by either some of my cousins and also the shopman. He suggested to go to this restaurant because the food's nice. I said, all right, cool. So going there, I saw this brother. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And the brother saw me and he's like, okay too. So obviously I see him, he see me, we're seeing each other. So I'm just like, okay, cool. And obviously, you know, I'm trying to act all like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so got up to the counter now, asked him for like food or whatever. And then he asked me for my number. I gave him the phone number and also I added him on WhatsApp. Cool. Now, we've been talking back and forth for like, I don't know, maybe a couple of days, 2-3 days maybe. And, you know, just the general, like, getting to know people, like, oh, okay, do you have a girlfriend? Nah. Do you have a boyfriend? Nah. Do you have any kids? Where do you, you know, just the regular old chit-chatty conversation. So all of that was, like, establishing that. And he was just like, oh, yeah, I'm really feeling you. I want to take you out if that's okay. And I'm like, okay, cool, you can take me out or whatever. So we arranged for him to take me out. Now, the day that he decided to take me out, now the island that my dad's from is quite small. So really and truly, everybody on the island knows where everything is, sort of thing. So I was like to him, oh yeah, I live at this particular place. I was like, do you know it? He was just like, yeah, I know it. And I was just like, okay, cool, so you can come and pick me up. Cool. He was just like, all right, that's fine. Now, coming towards the time, so say for example, I don't even remember the exact time, but say for example he says 7 o'clock, yeah? So he's like, yeah, I'm coming to get you at 7, or maybe he's like coming to get you at 8 or whatever, I don't know. So he's like, yeah, I'm coming to get you. I was like, cool. And this brother is messaging me, he's like, oh yeah, I think I'm lost, I don't know where I am, like I'm seeing this bit, and I'm like, brother, how can you not find where you're going, like? But I'm like, okay, cool, like maybe not everybody knows, innit? I'm like, okay. So now I was like to him, oh, you go this way, I'm giving him directions, and then he finally arrives. So now he comes inside and he says hi to all my family that's there, my auntie, my cousins, my cousin's husband, and everything. He's saying hi to everybody. And then obviously my auntie and everybody's asking, oh, okay, what you are gonna do? He's just like, yeah, I'm taking her down to the beach bar, restaurant place, and whatever. We're just gonna eat and chill out or whatever, and then we're gonna come home. Cool, ain't nothing wrong with that. So I'm like, okay, cute little date, whatever. So I'm like, yeah. Anyway, now, so we're in the car and we're driving and we're having a good old chinwag. We're like chit-chatting away. So we get to the place now, and then when we actually get to the place, we're sitting like, you know, like where we weren't across it. We're sitting next to each other. So I'm sitting here, he's sitting right here, and you know that little cute little hand-holdy thing. So we was like holding hands and that and everything. Now, bearing in mind, just like so I let you guys know, when people ask me for my name, I never give them my whole government name. So to start with, if it's a guy that's trying to chat to me and I'm not interested, I give him a completely fake name. If it's a guy that I might be interested, because I don't know you, I'm gonna give you my full, like, oh, my name is Deandra. I'm saying my name is Dee. Yeah, just so I can, you know? Cool. So anyway, so that's the name I obviously gave him. I was just like, yeah, my name is Dee, which is fine. Like, everybody calls me Dee, but I just don't want you to know my whole name. You know what I'm saying? So cool. So then now we're sitting at the table, the waitress comes over and she takes her drinks order. Another thing, I don't drink too tough, and also because I'm going out with somebody that I don't know like that, I'm not going to drink either. got a bit of sense, you see. So I was like, cool. Anyway, so got the drink now and I'm sitting and I'm drinking. Now, we're talking. And again, he's asking me if I have a boyfriend. And I'm like, okay, you know what? That's calm because I do the same thing. I ask you again if you have a girlfriend because people be lying. So I asked him and he was just like, no, I don't have a girl. He's like, do you have a boyfriend? I was just like, no, I don't have a boyfriend. And then he was like, do you have any kids? I was like, no, I don't have any kids, because he asked me this before and I'm thinking, why are you running me down? So I was just like, okay, cool, whatever. Then he comes again and we're starting talking about something else, like we're just like casual conversation, and then he brings up, he just like, okay, yeah, so about your kids, and I'm like, is this brother okay? Like, I told you I don't have any kids. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, I do not have any kids. Like, what are you saying? So then he was just like, all right, so if you don't have any kids, and my man whips out his phone, unlocks his phone, goes into it, and slides the phone across to me. I look down and I see a baby picture of myself on this man's phone. So he goes to me, if you don't have any kids, who's that? I was just like, I'm sorry, what? Where did you get this picture from? He was just like, yeah, why are you not answering the question? I'm like, no. Where did you get this picture from? Like, honestly, where did you get this picture from? He was just like, right, so if you have a kid, that's all you have to... I was like, where did you get this picture from? So then now I'm feeling a kind of way, and he was just like, right, so, and you're saying you don't have any kids. And this man swipes across and he shows me a picture of my baby cousin. I said, no, you're moving mad. You're moving actually very mad. I'm like, where did you get these pictures? And then it dawned on me, he must have gotten them from my Facebook. Now, my Facebook is my whole government name, as in all 4 names, like literally. So how did you find me? I was like, how did you even find me on Facebook? He was just like, yeah, you don't need to lie. And I was just like, I told you they're not my kids. Like, what are you talking? I told you I do not have any kids. What are you actually saying? So he's just like, yeah, so if you don't have any kids, who are they? And I was just like, okay, well, the first picture is me and the second picture is my cousin. So he was just like, oh, okay, because the baby looks like you. And I'm like, well, it would look like me because it's me. Do you know what I mean? But okay. So anyway, so he was just like, okay, well, that's fine. Are you alright? Anyway, so then now I'm feeling kind of way. So now, by this time now, I stopped holding brother man's hand. I'm like, nah, you're moving mad. Like, how are you trying to pull out receipts on me like I'm going to lie about having kids? If I have kids, I will tell you I have kids. Anyway, so now I'm feeling the kind of way. So the waitress comes back home and she's like, oh yeah, do you guys want to order any food? So I'm like, nah, I'm not hungry, you know. And he just like, oh, you sure? I was just like, nah, I'm not hungry. And he just like, okay, well then maybe we'll just go for a walk on the beach. I said, okay, that's fine. We could go for a walk on the beach. Because I'm thinking maybe I need to clear my head because I don't understand what go on. Like, maybe Isle of Man different. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, so I'm saying, okay, cool. So then now we're walking along the beach and that. And then we got to the like this hot thing, like this hot looking thing or whatever. So we're standing there and then we're out there looking at the moonlight, looking at the seawater. Like, it's actually really cute. It was actually scenes, just absolute scenes, views, everything. Like, with the right person, amazing. But with this brother, no. So anyway, so I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, this is really pretty. This is really nice. Like, or whatever. And then he's just like, oh my God, like, I think I'm falling for you. And da-da-da-da, like, I want to be with you. I want us to build it. Brother, he knows me for 2.5 days. 2.5 days. So I said, okay. Because what is this? So now I'm feeling all types uncomfortable and he's all trying to hug up on me. And I'm like, oh, would you look at that? Look at the time. I don't wear watches, guys. I was like, would you look at the time? I forgot that me and my family, we've got like an excursion thing happening early morning, so got to go, babe. And he was just like, oh, Dee. I was just like, yeah, sorry. Bearing in mind, we've probably been out for maybe like an hour, 15, hour and a half. Like, it was not a long time. So I was just like, yeah, gotta go, gotta wake up early, do you know what I mean? And he just like, oh, okay. I was like, so if you don't mind, can you take me home? And he's just like, okay, yeah, that's fine, I'll take you home. I'm like, yeah, so we're walking back now. He just like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, thank you. And in my head, I'm thinking, brother, just drop me home. Like, honestly, just drop me home. Right. So then now we got into the car and he drove off a little bit and then he stopped. And he just like, are you sure you need to go home? And I was just like, yeah, man, I got an early start, you see. So, you know, if you could just take me home, I'm so sorry. Like, do you know what I mean? And he just like, okay, yeah, I'll take you home. So we're driving now, we're driving. So as we're driving towards my house now, I see my man veer off to one side and he pulls over. I said, this ain't my house, what's happening? He's like, oh no, I think we should go inside for a drink. Like, I was thinking like we could go get a drink inside or whatever. I said, Now, people, to be fair, I don't know, innit? I don't know if it was actually a bar or if it was someone's house. It looked very house-ish to me, but then again, it might have been a bar. But all the same, I wasn't trying to go there. So I was just like, nah, bro, like, I'm trying to, like, I have to go home. I was like, oh, sorry, like, I really have to go home. He just like, no, I want you to meet my friends, man. And he's all laughing. And I see my man unbuckle his seatbelt, open the car door, gets out, closes the door. And what I said, I'm looking at it, and he comes over to my side, opens my door, and he's holding my hand to me, oh, come on, get out, listen. And I was just like, I'm sorry, what? I was just like, no, I'm not getting out. What are you saying? Like, I'm actually not getting out. I told you I want to go home. And then he just like, no, just one drink, man. Just one drink. And I was just like, no, like, not just one drink. I'm telling you that I need to go home. Like, can you just take me home, please? And then he just like, oh, like, are you serious? Like, no, man. And he's still like trying to laugh it off. And brother man is like, he's trying to reach over to undo my seatbelt. I'm like, no, you could go inside for your drink and I'll wait outside. But really and truly, I wasn't waiting outside. Anytime he had decided to leave me in this car and go inside for a drink, I was jumping in the driver's seat and I was driving home. I was going to park it in my yard and leave your key in the ignition. If you found yourself up to my house, then you would have been able to drive the car by yourself, yeah? Cool. Anyway, so I said, nah, this brother is, he just like, oh, do you really not want to come inside? I'm like, I really don't want to come inside. At the same time, I'm getting irate, but at the same time, I'm not trying to be rare because, like, he has to drop me home. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he has to drop me home, so I can't really be too rowdy. And next thing you know, he decides to leave me. Well, I mean, if he left me on the side of the street, I really could have gotten home, but, you know, I'm just trying to be like, just drop me home, sorry, you know what I'm saying? So then I said, cool. So he gets in the car and he just like, oh, baby, you're so shy, innit? Like, you like playing hard to get. And I was just like, yeah, okay. So if you could just drive me home then. So he's like, okay, cool. So now we're in the car driving. Now, let me give you a bit of visual as to how the road is and how my house is, yeah? So the road that we're driving up on, say we're going straight like this. Now, there's two ways you can go to my house. You can either keep going straight and turn left at the top of the hill. That's my house. Or you turn left and then turn right to meet up at my house at the top of the hill. So there's two ways you can go. Basically, my house at the top of the hill up there. You could go either way in it. The way he took me from my house was this straight roadway. Yeah? When we was driving, I see my man indicate left. I said, First of all, you didn't know how to get to my house in the first place, but now you decided to know second route. But okay. So I was just like, all right, cool. Keep calm because he could just be taking you the other way. It's okay. So now, indication now, and then we go to the left way. I'm saying, cool, brother man can just keep going so he can turn right. So we get to the junction again. So now he has to turn right to come and take me to my house. What did he do, guys? What do you think he did? He indicated left. He's taken me away from my house going to another part of the island. I said, whoa. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where are we going? My house isn't this way. So now in my head I'm thinking, going back to the beginning, he didn't know where I live. So maybe he's not even understanding or he's not even knowing where he's going. And he's trying to do all ring-a-ring-a-rosy kind of thing. So I'm like, bro, where are you going? And he just like, oh, I figured that we could drive somewhere. And I was like, no, I told you that I'm trying to go home. Like, can you just take me home? I was like, oh, you clearly don't know where you're going. So what you need to do right now, you need to make a U-turn and turn back. And over there with the hospital, you just got to go, right. I'm giving him directions, giving this man the benefit of the doubt. The man is just like, no, we're going this way. I was just like, you need to stop this car. I was like, you actually need to stop this car. You need to stop it right now. And he just like, no, calm down, baby. I was like, no. I was like, if you go any further, I'm opening this door and I'm jumping out the car. He started laughing. I said, I'm very serious. Now in my head, I'm like, okay, I've seen this enough time on movies. What I need to do is tuck and roll, yeah? Because that's what I'm going to have to do. Because I was legit going to jump out this car. Because where are you taking me? You're taking me to the next side of the island where I don't know. I don't know them bits over there. Those aren't my bits. Over here's my bits. That's not my bits. I don't know what goes on over there. Do you get what I'm saying? So I said, honestly, if you keep driving, I'm going to jump out this car. He was just like, oh, like, you really don't like things not being planned, in it. And he's always still trying to be all like, oh yeah, Mr. Suave, Mr. No, please take me home. And the thing is, yeah, I had my phone in my hand. And the maddest thing about it is, yeah, I didn't have any data left on my chip. Yeah, on my SIM card. I told you I had like an island SIM card. I didn't have any data left. So now I couldn't message my cousins and be like, yo, can you come scoop me up? Boop, boop, boop. I couldn't do that. The only thing I could have done was to call another brother that I was kind of talking to. But I didn't want to call that brother because that brother didn't know that I was with this brother. It was a whole thing. So I'm just like, what do I do? What do I do? Like, I'm just like, nah, I need to calculate what's gonna actually happen now. So I'm like, cool. Like, so all this is going through my head while I'm saying to this guy, you need to either U-turn and take me home, or you need to stop the car so I can get out. And he's all laughing. He's just like, all right, cool. Well, I can't U-turn in the road here. I'm gonna have to U-turn up there by the airport. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, go U-turn by the airport then. I was ready for this brother. If he had decided not to U-turn by that airport, I was getting out and I was tucking and rolling. That's what was gonna happen. That is actually what was going to happen. So then he was just like, okay, cool. So then now we're driving home and he's all trying to touch my leg. He's all trying to caress my leg. I said, this guy is mad. You know the ones where you're kind of like, like you're still trying to edge over so he don't touch you, and you're doing them all kind of unnecessary stretches and moves so that like his hand kind of slides off. Because again, I don't want to be too rare so that he could get, but at this point, what am I doing? So then now we finally go, and then he finds my house, and I'm thinking, oh, so you know what, you found it quite easy, you know what? He's just like, yeah, I'm always up there. So in my head, I'm thinking, you're always up here, so you knew where I was, but you knew where I lived, but before you were acting like you needed me to be Dora the Explorer to try and help you find where you needed to go. Like I needed to be pulling up maps and them kind of thing. I didn't want the world, so I said, okay, it's fine. So then now, we get to my house, we get to the top of the hill, and he pulls in, yeah? And I was just like, oh, you don't have to pull in too far, you don't have to pull in too When I was just like, you don't have to pull in too far. He's like, no, it's fine, I'll take it. And he's just like, okay, well, am I going to see you again? I was like, yeah, you're going to see me again. I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. So then I was like, anyway, I've got to go, yeah? So thank you so much for a good night. So I gave him a little hug, yeah? And you know the ones where you could tell that people wanted to, like, get a kiss or whatever. So I gave him a hug, and he kind of kissed me on my cheek, and I'm thinking, Jesus, please, just let me get to the door. Just let me unlock the door. Let me get inside. Like, every step of the way, I was thinking, just let me get to there. Just let me get to there. Just let me get to there. So then I got out the car, and then I went inside. So he was waiting. So I'm thinking, maybe he's still trying to be, like, the perfect gentleman and waiting for me to actually get into the house. Right, let's just see how long it's going to be until, like, before he leaves or whatever. This man was sitting in my yard for an extra 10 minutes. What are you waiting for? What are you sitting there for? What are you doing? I said, no. This is mad. So then obviously, so the next day, I'm obviously now relaying the events of the night before. If you know my family, they're just like, nobody gonna send you. Nobody said, this is what happen when you want to give man your number. And no. Okay, we get it. Okay, we get it. So anyway, so obviously I was relaying to my cousin and her husband, and I was just like, yeah, this brother pulled out a picture of me and was like, who is this if you say you want no kid? And everything, and I was telling them. Do you know what my cousin's husband did? And my dad was there at the same time, because by this point my dad had come to the island, because he wasn't at the island when all of this went down. But when he actually got there, because he got there after us, and I was relaying the story to him, them man there rolled up to the restaurant. I was just like, hi, hello, I heard that you have pictures of my cousin on your phone. What you need to do is you need to delete them pictures off your phone. Yeah, and the guy was just like, wait, what? And it was just like, you need to delete those pictures off your phone. And they made him delete the pictures. What kind of stalkerish be? All I was trying to do is find a little like summer bay or something. And this is what happens. This is what happens when you give random people your number. This is what happens when you're entertaining one guy, and because he was acting foolish, you decided to come and entertain somebody else. This is what happens. All of this is what happens. You nearly get kidnapped. That's what it is. You nearly get kidnapped. Might be a bit dramatic, but that's how I felt. Because from the time in my head, I'm having to think about whether or not I need to tuck and roll. Kidnapping. That's all I heard. You're trying to kidnap me on an island that I don't know. On a separate part of it. What are you doing? So, thank you so much for listening to me talk about my story. And thank you so much for coming to my channel again and seeing me. If you don't mind, could you please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure you share it from friends to friends to friends. Like, let everybody see what I'm talking about. I'm crazy. So, until next time, later.